Okay. Okay, got it.
Yeah, you're not able to record that by yourself. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, anyways, so United Nations Global Compact is a voluntary initiative where companies are, trying to follow some guidelines to help the society and future generation, right? So mainly they're looking at things like human rights, labor standards, okay, environment, and anti-corruption. Four things, okay.
Hmm.
Human rights, basically what they're looking at is that they want to make sure that they are doing business with the companies and people or organizations which are not violating any human rights, okay. Like for
Okay,
example,
okay. Hmm.
yeah, any kind of discrimination or religious violence and that kind of that thing. So they're not supporting that. They're not partnering with those kind of entities. Secondly, they are not complicit in human right abuses. Okay, they should not be taking part in any such thing. So that's about the human rights. So principle 1 and 2. Then next four principles are about labor. So one is that the organizations should allow the freedom of association, meaning they are and the right to collective bargaining. Meaning that, like for example, Apple opens a factory in India, and they have 1,000 workers on that. They should not prevent them from forming a union. They can form a union so that they have a better bargaining power with the management. Otherwise, they do not have same they do not have good protection, right? So if they want to form an association or a union, they should be allowed. So that is the third principle.
Hmm.
Fourth principle is that elimination of all forms of forced and compulsory labor. So for example, you cannot bind people that you must be working 12 hours every day and 60 hours in a week. You must be working here for 5 years, or you can't bind them. Like in old days, like there used to be people who were compulsorily, they had to work on someone's farm, landlord's farm. So that kind of forced and compulsory labor should not be there. Fifth one is child labor elimination, right? So people kids below 16 years or 18 years, depending on the country. So they should not be used for your production. Sixth one is elimination of discrimination in respect of employment and occupation. So, for example, you cannot differentiate, like you cannot favor people from a certain racial background, religious background, or gender for employment or promotion and that kind of thing, right? So you're giving equal opportunity to people. So that's labor. Now, next set is environment. So there are three principles. So principle number 7 is talking about precautionary approach to environmental challenges. So you have to be conscious and you have to be planning for the things like water pollution, or noise pollution or earth pollution, those kind of things. So you are adopting a precautionary approach. Principle 8 is that you are undertaking initiatives to promote greater environmental responsibility. So you are doing your share basically to be responsible from environmental angle. And principle number 9 is that you're trying to adopt and or develop environmental friendly technologies. So as an example, King is with the Nova Chemicals. So being in that kind of industry, which is hazardous materials and stuff, that kind of company always would be trying to develop ways in which the damage to the environment is minimal. Or like a mining company, like they always have to make sure that they're not causing irreversible damages to their environment, right? So you have to use
Hmm.
that technology. And last one is principle number 10 is anti-corruption. So basically, like you should be working against corruption in all forms, including extortion and bribery. So the story of the black diamond, right? So there are people who are buying the diamond from conflict zones in Sierra Leone. So those things are promoting corruption, right? That kind of money can be used for bad things. Or there are companies which go in to Africa, and then they bribe the local officials to win contracts, or so those kind of things are prohibited. So that is the UN Global Compact 10 principles. So please try to remember those 10 principles. The questions can be arising from this table. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next one is yeah. So basically, like the expectation for the business is that you commit to this global compact, UN global compact management model. Commit, and you try to make assessment in your environment, what needs to be done, define the steps to be done, implement those steps, and measure how how the steps are benefiting or not, and then you communicate what you're doing to the external world. So that is the expectation from the businesses, that they will adopt and communicate about the UN Global Compact model, right? Why is it relevant to supply chain? Because when you are dealing with supply chain, you are working with multiple organizations. You want to be using those suppliers, those partners who are subscribing to the UN Global Compact model. They're committing to that. So that is the relevance to supply chain. Understood?
No, can you again repeat what you just said just now?
Yeah. So why is it relevant to this UN Global Compact? Why is it relevant to the supply chain function? The reason for that one is that you are basically since you are dealing with multiple organizations, you want to make sure that you are not dealing with some organization which is involved in some kind of bad practice about human rights, or bribery, anti-corruption, corruption, those things. You want to be dealing with the right kind of organizations. Okay.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
important for supply people. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Now coming back to the this thing, the planning thing, right? So we talked about the high level strategy for the business, right? Now we are going to talk about okay. So another thing that you'll find in the book is called integrated measurement model. So just imagine, like, an organization, like, we talked about Apple, right? So Apple is a very large organization. They will have one strategy for the entire organization, right? And then within that, there are different departments. They may have their own objectives, which is derived from the organization strategy. So that is called divisional, strategy, right? And then that would derive, functional strategies, like, so now they may have strategy for operations, they may have strategy for purchasing, that kind of stuff. And then based on that, like, there may be individual, KPIs and goals. So organization, divisions, functions, and then individual. That is how the goals and objectives will flow. Okay. What are the key things that are going to be required for an organization to function, like, the organization's objectives? So usually you're looking at a few things, 5 things mainly. So one is speed. Any organization they would need to work faster, very quicker, to produce or to deliver whatever things. So speed is important. Second is dependability. Like, if an organization should be able to consistently produce, consistently deliver. They should not be like, like, you can't have random shutdowns. 3 days is not working, again is working for a week, again 2 days is shut down. Like that will obviously you lose the confidence. So having that consistency and resiliency is called dependability. Okay. Then flexibility, right? What is flexibility and or agility? So one example would be that like Nova Chemicals, they may be having, let's say, 100 different product lines, right? So maybe suddenly one particular product, the demand has become higher. So whether that company has the ability to like reduce the production of something else and increase the production of the desired product. So that's agility or flexibility. How much flexible you are to ramp up the production or stuff, right? Or switch to a different product, right? Quality is very important. Quality is what? Quality is conformance to, like, fitness for use is quality. And cost. Whatever you're doing, you have to try and do that at the most optimal cost. Okay. Otherwise, the customers may not be able to buy that. So these are 5 different areas, which are related to the performance objective of an organization or division. Clear so far?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Jay, have you heard of SMART objective?
Yeah. Small, measurable. Smart is smart is measurable.
Yeah. Good. Okay, very good. Okay. Okay. So guys, next we are switching to this video thing again. So in terms of, sorry, 1 second. 1 second. So we talked about the higher level strategy or organizational strategy, right? Next, okay, so then it's divisional, planning.
What planning you said?
Divisional planning.
Divisional planning. Okay.
Yeah.
So this divisional planning is, I mean, it's based on the different departments, a coordination between different departments. I mean, a planning, something like that.
Think of operations planning. So like now the
if they started me with 80 hours, like I probably wouldn't be able to afford the upfront childcare. You know, 80 hours.
I'm hearing some sound, background noise.
Hello.
I'm hearing some background noise. Like there's
Yeah, some background noise is there. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry guys. Okay. Anyway, so the planning. Imagine this is like can you guys mute it? Can you mute it? Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, so guys, the organization. So think of this thing as operational planning, right? So now Apple has decided that they want to be producing, let's say iPad in that factory, right? So they make the plan for the year. They have to produce so many units, and they decide. So basically, they have to decide how much quantity they have to produce, when they'll be producing, they'll be selling for how much, who will be holding it. So that is now a little bit more detailed than the initial strategy plan, right? Okay, so this will be like a divisional plan. Okay, and then you get to the day-to-day operations. So like you're talking about for producing those things, what kind of materials need to be coming when, how much of inventory will be maintained, the customer orders fulfillment, how will that happen, how much quantity will your distribution center be holding, what will the shipping mode, what will be replenishment orders. So now, so this is basically like okay. So we started from a higher organization point of view, then we got into the divisional planning, and now we are talking about day-to-day operation. Okay, so planning will have 3 different levels or 3 different phases, and basically like and time horizons. So organizational would be like a few years. The divisional planning maybe for a year, and then operations planning would be maybe a few days or week or maybe a month kind of thing, right? So that would be operation planning. This part is clear.
Actually, Sandeep, there is an echo that's going at the, I mean, when you are speaking.
There's an echo?
Yeah.
Still
I don't know whether others are having this problem, but I am now having this problem.
Jay, you are facing an issue?
No, I'm okay.
You're okay? Okay.
Anyways, now it's fine. You can carry on. Yeah.
Okay. So next 2 terms that we're going to learn very quickly. So if you see my screen here, one is cycle view. So what is cycle? So cycle. So let's think of something like from a customer point of view, right? So let's say you are producing some fruit juice, juice. Okay. Now, eventually it has to be bought by customer, right? So customer is ordering on whom? On retailer. So let's say Costco is your customer. Costco is Costco is the retailer. I'm going to Costco and I'm buying from them, right? So Costco is the retailer here. So I may be placing an order, or I just may be buying and going and buying on spot, right? So that is an order cycle. Then Costco is going to its wholesaler or distributor, and they are ordering from them. So that's the retailer's replenishment cycle, right? And then distributor is going to whom? They're going to the manufacturer. Okay. So manufacturer now is producing, that is manufacturing cycle, right? And manufacturer is going to whom? They're going to the supplier, right? And that cycle will be procurement cycle. Manufacturer is procuring for the supplier, right? So these are like, four cycles, okay, in supply chain: customer order, replenishment, manufacturing, and procurement. Very simple.
Yeah.
Okay. So the other thing is push and pull. This is very important concept. Push and pull is very important concept. King, are you still there with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Can you try to explain push and pull to the group?
Okay. So basically, right, it's a way of managing the flow of goods in supply chain, right?
Mhm.
Um, like when you have a push, you are hoping like you keep the product in stock, right? Even before the customers order them, right?
Mhm.
And the pull, I would say, you producing the goods as per the customer's demand and specification. So those are the differences. That's the difference between push and pull.
Yeah, very good, very good. Okay. Deep, can you give me an example of pull process?
Pull process. No, right now I can't, to be very honest. Yeah.
Sorry, sir. Jay, you want to take a crack?
Yeah, pull pull is basically you want an example of pull process, right?
Yes.
For example, furniture is a pull process.
Okay. Can you
For
elaborate? Why?
For example, a customer wants to buy, say, a table or a chair made
Mhm.
of wood.
Mhm.
At that point of time, the manufacturer will have to supply wood
Mhm.
to the retailer. The retailer will have to supply. I mean, the manufacturer will have to supply wood. Manufacturer, will make it, and then he'll supply it to the retailer. Retailer will sell it to the customer on a made to order basis.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. So see, push and pull, like you're very close to that, Jed. Like you explained nicely. So basically, pull is where you are waiting for the customer to ask something, right?
Yeah.
So and push is where in anticipation you are preparing something. So if you look at the screen here, right? So let's say toothpaste. If you like, toothpaste, a company like Procter and Gamble, they will produce toothpaste and they will make it available in anticipation. Basically, like they think that every year a million toothpaste tubes
Mhm.
are sold. So based on that anticipation, they are producing and they're making it available for the end customer. So they're pushing it. On the other hand, if the supplier or the manufacturer is waiting and based on that they are doing some certain activity, then that is pull. Okay, so let's learn a couple of words in this few terms here. So these are very important. So engineer to order, make to order, assemble to order, and make to stock. So see, let's take example of engineer to order. So let's say that Canada requires a submarine. Okay, now submarine is such a specialized thing. It may be manufactured only in Germany, possibly, and for Germany to produce that, like they're not making it available and keeping it ready for you. Like if you place an order, then they will start the design process, and everything will start from scratch, and it may take probably 3 years, 5 years, 10 years for you to be to be built and delivered to you, because it's based on your requirement. They're not keeping a ready stock for that. So you're starting right from the design stage. Okay, so when you're starting from the design stage, and then all the rest of things, purchasing, manufacturing, assembling, shipping, that is happening, that is called engineer to order, meaning that you are triggering that, engineering starting after your order. So order is coming, and then the engineering is starting. Okay, order is triggering the engineering. That is engineer to order, right? Next example would be say furniture, like let's say customized sofa. So there may be different designs, like literally there there may be some 100 designs of sofa and stuff, like fabric and style, like backrest and everything. So like those there, like designs are available, like you do not have to produce the design as such, but they do not know customer will choose what. So designs are available, no issue with that, but they will not start buying till they have a customer order in hand. So like customer may require a maroon color fabric, they may require a hand rest of certain width. So they will buy those stuff after the receipt of the order, the order for the customer, right? So that is make to order, right? Sorry, they may have the inventory, but they're not starting the manufacturing process. They're not starting the manufacturing process. So that is called make to order. So they will wait for the order before they start making. Got it? Now, third example would be that they are keeping a lot of things ready, like modules are ready, but they are not assembling it till you got the order. So example would be Dell laptop. So they have RAM, they have the screen, and they have the charger and the cables for everything, camera and stuff. They are available, but they are waiting for the order, the customer to tell what configuration they want. Based on that, then they will assemble those things. That may take probably few hours or a couple of days time, and then the assembled thing will be shipped. So now this is assembled to order because you are waiting for the order trigger to happen before you start assembling. Okay. And last one is make to stock, where you are keeping everything ready, and now as soon as the customer has given the order, you ship it out. So you are holding the stuff in your inventory. You have completed designing, you have completed purchasing, you have completed manufacturing, and completed assembly is sitting in the inventory, and that inventory you are using to satisfy the demand of the customer. So that is make to stock. Very important concept, guys. Devdeep, are these terms clear to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Jay, you good?
Yeah,
So
I'm okay. Yeah.
good terms analysis. Okay. So we are done with this as well. These are the two concepts on this thing. Okay. Now we have another 20 minutes remaining. I'll just quickly cover a couple of other concepts as well. So next, let's look at vertical and horizontal integration. So just a simple concept. Let me just check. Jay, can you help me? I just want to check your understanding on the vertical integration.
Vertical and horizontal, right? 1 second.
If you're not
No,
sure, don't worry. You can just tell me and I can explain to you. I just want to see how much time I should be spending on a topic. That's why I'm just asking questions. So never mind. If you're not clear, I can explain. Okay.
no, I forgot. But
No problem. No problem. Anyone else, King or Devdeep, you want to take a shot?
No, it's better if you just explain it.
Okay, no problem. Okay, guys. So vertical integration is okay. So if you are taking up activities which traditionally are done by your supplier or by your customer, That is vertical integration.
Oh, yeah.
So as an example, like, if you're producing car and now you start producing steel because you need steel for the car, then you're doing vertical integration. It's called that will be backward integration because you're going back.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
right?
I wanted to say that, yeah, that one is backward integration, right? Yeah.
Hmm.
Because it got me confused a little bit as to what the horizontal and vertical was. Okay.
Yeah. So within vertical, there are two different types, forward and backward. So backward is what I gave you example, like, producing steel to produce car. That's
Mhm.
integration.
Yeah.
And forward integration will be that you are going one step further down. So
Mhm.
I may be producing steel, but now I start
Mhm.
producing, what do you call, steel utensils or steel appliance. Okay, so I'm going further down.
Mhm.
Somebody else will be using my steel to produce that, but I have gone further, integrated myself. So like an iron mine, if that goes and builds a steel mill, so there's a forward integration, right? Traditionally, that would be done by your customer. You got into that activity. That's forward integration.
Got it.
So is it like, can you say that it's like what do you call it? There's a term for it, like is it like an added what do you call it? There's a term for it. Uh, just escaped me. Like, let's say if you have cocoa, right, and then you are producing chocolate out of cocoa, that's forward integration,
Forward
right?
integration.
Forward integration, exactly. Yeah. Okay,
That's
so vertical integration basically is two types, forward and backward. So mainly you're like, you are taking over some activities that traditionally your supplier or customer will be doing. That's vertical integration. Horizontal is what? Horizontal is like, you are not going, back or forth in the supply chain, but you are going into different geography, or you may be getting into different products. Okay, so for example, like, I am producing cars in Japan. Now I start going to China and India. That's geographical integration. There's a horizontal integration. Another
horizontal. Okay.
different integration would be that, look, I'm producing say sofas and chairs, and now I start producing as well. Okay, or I was producing toothpaste, and now I started producing diapers for children as well, right? So like, now I'm adding more product range. So product range or geography addition, that is horizontal integration.
Okay.
Okay, clear?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so some of these things, guys, is a very simple concept. An entire video might be made on this thing, but the heart of the concept is very simple. Understood? Okay. Okay. Next one is here, scanning the external environment. Let's see. So external environment. What are the factors that you have to worry about in this external environment?
Yeah, there is Porter's five forces analysis: customers, suppliers.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. What is five forces model, right?
Competitors.
Yeah. Yeah. So one is like SWOT analysis. Have you heard of that term? Strengths,
Yeah.
weaknesses.
SWOT.
Yeah, yeah, that is it. Strength, weaknesses,
Strengths,
opportunities,
weakness,
threat.
Opportunities and
threats.
threats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And benchmarking is like, competitive benchmarking, best in class benchmarking, process benchmarking. So competitive will be like, your other competition you're benchmarking is them. Best in class is like in your industry, which is best in class. Like, for example, you're comparing against Apple if you're producing mobiles, so that's best in class. And process benchmarking will be that like you are comparing the process, like for example, quality management. You may compare your quality management process against something being done by GE. So that would be a process benchmarking, right? So these are a couple of things. Sorry, the SWOT is the internal business environment. External is the Porter five forces. My mistake. Yeah. So Porter five forces model. Everybody is clear on that one. So what are the things here? Okay, so There are 5 elements there. One factor is about like, so port of high forces model is defining basically how you will analyze an industry while entering. So what is the relative forces of how much is the entry barrier, right? So, for example,
Sorry.
if you're going to enter into a aeroplane industry or in aeroplane manufacturing, that would be extremely huge entry barrier, because like competition is very, like the setup cost and the learning curve is extremely high, right? So
Yeah.
the of the entry barrier, right? And then in that industry, how strong is the rivalry, right? That is the rivalry thing. And so host to is threatened. We talked about new entrants, and then we have ease of substitution is what, like can your product be substituted by a competition with something else? So as an example, like camera, can the camera be substituted by mobile phone? Okay, so that is a substitution. Or maybe let's say a car, can that be, or like a motorcycle, can that be substituted by scooter? So that's ease of substitution, the customer requirement. And force 4 is relative power of buyer, and 5 is for supplier. So if the buyer is more powerful than you, that means that you will not be able to really, I mean, it will be difficult for you, right? And relative power supplier, if the supplier is more powerful than you, then again you have issue, because you will be depending too much on the supplier, right? So these are 5 forces or 5 factors for external environment consideration.
You said weakness, 5 weakness and 5 factors.
No, sorry, 5 forces. These are 5 forces.
Forces, okay, forces.
Yeah, forces, yeah.
Okay.
Let me see in section A what else is remaining. Fixed cost, variable cost. I hope you guys understand that, right?
Sorry.
Fixed cost, variable cost. Everybody is clear? Okay. Then make or buy decision. That basically means that an organization may consider whether they want to produce something in house or they want to buy from a customer. No, sorry, from a supplier, right? So this is make or buy decision. And designing customer service support. I think that is it. That is covering you. Section A is done. I'm going by the book, by the way. Okay, so section A is done. Section B we have covered pretty much. Let me just see. I think we have covered half of section B as well.
So Sandeep, if I go with the books that I have got.
Yes.
So 1 second. Book 1, 1 of 3. It's supply chain and strategy, sales operations planning. So I think we have not covered it, right, today?
You are on supply chain strategy.
Okay, supply chain strategy. Then book 2 is demand, supply, and detailed schedules.
Yeah, that will come later. Yeah.
And book 3 is inventory, distribution, quality, technology, and continuous improvement.
Yeah, that will come much later. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
So right now you're on the supply chain strategy side. So you basically did was we try to understand high level organizational strategy, and what is that, what is the external forces, what are the internal forces. We define supply chain. We define this thing, the manufacturing environment and those things. So we are starting at the strategy side of it.
Got it.
In my book, we have covered section A and the half of section B, and that will continue. Okay.
Yeah, got it. Yes.
So basically, assignment would be the people who have the book or study module, like they complete these topics from that. And Jay, if you don't have the book yet, then just go with this video again and understand all the terms one more time. If you
Okay.
you can if you have any other supply chain book as well, I mean these things are very common, so you can refer to any
Okay.
supply chain book and
So
Okay.
do that, right?
yeah, so
Okay.
no, Sandeep, then next class you will do the book 2, or you will continue with the strategy?
No, we have to continue. We have to finish the book one first, and that may take
What first? Yes.
Okay, okay.
couple of classes at least, 2 or 3 classes we take on the book one.
Got it, got it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, any question for today, or we can discuss and we'll meet next week, same time?
Yeah, so basically
Yeah.
I will go through all the chapters that you have covered today.
Okay.
And if I have any questions, then I can discuss with all three of you. And then from there we can again move forward.
Okay. So please update in the study group, you know, what you guys have covered so far. Like, you just keep updating each other, so that will keep the momentum going, and you can ask questions there as well. So like that will bring the energy. Idea is that study group you should be able to help out each other as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In that group itself, I will keep posting. I mean, if there is any questions for me, or what I have actually gone through.
Yeah. And if you find any useful material or references, you can post that in the group. Okay.
As such, I'm just going by the books. So yeah, of course, if I find something from the book, then I will share, definitely.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll see each other next week.
Okay. Thank
Same
you,
time,
Sandeep.
right?
If you see anyone else in your circle interested, please let them know, so they can take advantage of our study.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.